What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us on PackersNews.com. I'm Wes Hodkiewicz here for another draft preview series, joined alongside our draft expert, Pete Dougherty. Today, Pete, we're looking at the secondary, in specific the safety position. It's one that has been a popular topic for Green Bay Packer fans dating back to the very end, even the beginning, you could say, of last season. Two safeties really have kind of cemented themselves as the front runners. Clinton Dix out of Alabama, also Calvin Pryor from Louisville. Between those two, Pete, do you see a difference right now? Has one kind of separated from the other as far as the primetime prospect there?
They're two different kind of players. Pryor is more of the striker, and Clinton Dix is more of the free safety center fielder. They both can do either, but that's their leanings. You get the sense that Clinton Dix is the higher rated guy on more boards. He's more likely to come off a little higher. There's a chance both are gone by the time the Packers pick at 21. There's a chance one of them's gone and one of them's there, and there's a chance they're both there. I would say best bet is Clinton Dix is gone and Pryor is there, and so could be one of the guys the Packers are picking from.
I know last year when we went through the draft, I was saying, first 3 days there's going to be at least one safety taken for the Packers. I was wrong. They didn't end up taking one. If they don't pick one in the first round, though, you'd have to think that they're at least going to look at one somewhere in that second to fourth round area. Is there anyone that kind of sticks out to you that could be that second tier?
There's a couple guys. Deion Buchanan from Washington State. He's a real ball hawk. I think he had 15 interceptions in his 3 years. He's a big, tall, rangy athlete. Some people really like him and think he's just as good as those top two guys. But a couple people I talked to had serious reservations about his tackling. Thinks that in space, he's just going to miss too many tackles, and your safety's last line of defense, so a missed tackle there can mean 6 points. Jimmy Ward from Northern Illinois is another guy. He's a wiry, smaller guy. He's 5'10 3/4. The Packers generally, since Ron Wolf has been GM, their defensive backs pretty much have to be 5'10 and a half. They've only made a couple exceptions, so he just barely makes it over that. He's a slighter build guy. And he's fast, but not super fast. But he's another guy who could be probably on the board. Probably late second round is when teams will start thinking about taking him. So that might be somebody the Packers think about.
Last question for you, Pete. Micah Hyde, with Mike McCarthy mentioning that they are thinking about moving him back. Is there still a huge urgency at that safety position that we kind of felt after the season when they really couldn't find someone next to Morgan Burnett?
Sure. You don't know if Hyde's going to work out at the position. Burnett didn't play well last year. If he has another season like that, then they'll have to do something about that. I think last year I thought they'd take a safety in the first 3 rounds, and they didn't. They didn't take one at all. Stunner. But this year I find it almost unthinkable that they won't take one, and I think it's highly, highly likely they get one in the first 3 rounds.
All right, be sure to check out Pete's story on the secondary and also his stories in our videos throughout the rest of the week leading up until the NFL draft. And until next time, for Pete, I'm Wes. We'll see you later.